of the ninth, the score is tied. It's time for the big one.
You up for this one, Maverick?
Just a walk in the park, Kazansky.
The top 1% of the Navy's jet pilots compete for Top Gun in the new movie starring Tom Cruise of Risky Business. It's one of 4 new movies we'll be reviewing this week on At the Movies, the movie review program.
Contact, multiple bogeys, 165, 2 miles. Looks like they're going away from us.
Oh, I see him. Tally ho, right 2 o'clock. I'm in.
Tech adventure film with some of the best flying footage I've seen since Clint Eastwood in Firefox. The movie's named Top Gun, and it stars Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer as 2 of the best pilots in the Navy. They get selected for elite training in aerial dogfights where they are natural rivals, and at the end of the intensive combat training course, the best pilot is named Top Gun. Here, Tom Skerritt plays the veteran instructor who will help make the decision.
What are you doing?
Tip the spear.
Just wondering,
Best be sharp.
who's the best?
In case some of you wonder who the best is, they're up here on this plaque on the wall. The best driver in his Rio from each class has his name on it. And they have the option to come back here to be Top Gun instructors. You think your name's gonna be on that plaque?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty arrogant, considering the company you're in.
Yes, sir.
I like that in a pilot. Just remember, when it's over out there, we're all on the same team. Gentlemen, this school is about combat. There are no points for second place.
Cruise, whose nickname is Maverick, gets a reputation as a hot dog who's a brilliant flyer but takes unnecessary chances.
Hard deck, Mike. We nailed that son of a...
You guys really are cowboys.
What's your problem, Kazansky?
You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right. Nice, man. I am dangerous.
Maverick, you and Goose get your butts out of that flight gear and up to Viper's office now.
There's a love story in the movie between Cruise and a beautiful flight instructor played by Kelly McGillis. This is her first movie since Witness.
If I reversed on a hard cross, I could immediately go to guns on him.
Yeah, but if the speed is too fast, it's a little bit too aggressive.
Too aggressive. Yeah, I guess when I see something, I go right after it. You didn't tell me who you were the other night.
You didn't give me a chance, did you? You deserved it.
I know. But, you were tempted to ask me out for dinner.
No.
No?
No. I don't date students.
I can see it's dangerous for you. But if the government trusts me, maybe you could.
It takes a lot more than just fancy flying.
The flying footage in Top Gun is really terrific. There are 6 or 7 major dogfight sequences, and they are choreographed so well that most of the time we can actually even follow what's happening. It's when the movie is on the ground that it runs into trouble. The love story between Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis is not only unnecessary, it's unconvincing. You could see it there. There's none of the romantic chemistry that made her scenes with Harrison Ford so electrifying in Witness. The whole relationship in this movie seems to have been written in as an afterthought, and the other relationships are awfully predictable. There's the hero's best buddy, and the rival that he hates, and the old man, and the old-timer who knew his dad, and somehow we've been here before. So I give the movie thumbs down despite the great action sequences.
Well, and I give it thumbs up because of the great action sequences, because they are magnificent.
Yes, they are.
And they, as you say, these dogfights, I mean, this movie, and I think it's really a whole lot better than Firefox, and actually better than a film I have to admit, you know, one of my favorites, and yours too, The Right Stuff. I mean, this gives me a sense of what it is like to be in a plane traveling at these speeds, doing the maneuvers that they do. And how they accomplish this, I don't know, but it is masterful. I'm sure it'll win Academy Awards on a technical level. It's spectacular. I can't emphasize that enough. The love story, you're right. It's ridiculous. It's a pale imitation of An Officer and a Gentleman. Ridiculous. But it is. I can't deny that.
That's right. And, of course, Officer and a Gentleman, which was so interesting in terms of its relationships,
it would be
points
better.
out the weaknesses here. I'm telling you, I was sitting there in the theater like almost being hot and cold.
That's right. That's exactly right.
They'd be up in the air, and it would be so exciting, and I'd be like this, and then suddenly they're down on the ground, and who cares what they're talking about or what's happening?
That's the love story. The only thing that I would say, the relationship between the flight instructor, Tom Skerritt, who, you know, we haven't seen him in a good movie since MASH. That's back in 1970.
Yeah.
Gee, I wish he were doing more films. I'm glad he's in this one. That I thought was interesting. The love story, garbage, but the flight sequences, you know what they ought to do? This is the greatest advertisement for the U.S. Navy ever. They ought to have a recruiting officer in the lobby of every theater. They would sign people up. It's that exciting.
Gee, I don't know who we get to do the show. Coming decision on Top Gun. We both like the action, but I thought the ground sequences were too predictable and uninspired. I say no. Gene says yes.